on their way. Okay, they'll be here very shortly. Good evening. Welcome to the September 16, 2025 Old Bridge Township Council meeting. Please rise for a pledge of allegiance, and please remain standing for a moment of silence and for our prayer. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. As customary in this chamber, we stand for a moment to remember those who are protecting our freedoms, both here and abroad, for our first responders, for those who have made the ultimate sacrifice. And this evening, Dr. Greenberg?
Yes. Please remain standing for a moment of silence. And usually I would just go into the moment of silence, but I think it's important to feel a lot has gone on in the past week. So first of all, as you know, with the murder of a young Ukrainian refugee on a railway system, for just riding the railway system, just sitting there doing nothing. She was brutally attacked and murdered by someone that was really deranged and shouldn't have been there. But also the sad thing was that no one got up to assist her. At least that's what I saw on the film, and no one helped her after she was brutally attacked. And that's beyond pale. Beyond that, then we go to the next, that was on the 8th, but the real thing with that happened August 22nd, and it wasn't reported till weeks later. It's unconscionable. Then you go to September 10th. To think now in the United States that you can be murdered, assassinated for freedom of speech. What is becoming of us? This cannot be. A young man, it's just unimaginable that a young person can do that to someone. They didn't even know him. They could have had a conversation with him. He could have come up and spoke his views. He was willing to have a discussion with anybody. But no, he chose to shoot him. So that shows he had no respect either. He had no respect for life, which life is precious. And it's just so unnerving that happened. You took away a son, a beloved husband, a father. Now these children grow up without their father, and a wife is a widow. The person never met him. Charlie Kirk never did any harm to that person. They were just words, and everyone is entitled to their opinion. You may not like their opinion, but that doesn't give you a right to slaughter somebody. And then we came to September 11th. As we all know what that tragic day did to all of us, and we should never forget. It was 24 years ago, but it is raw in my mind all the time when you see things that are happening all the time, and what has happened to this country since then. We should have unity, and we should all work together. Charlie Kirk was a brilliant individual. He was a patriot. He was a God-loving person. And to be slaughtered is there's no words. I'm just so sad and devastated that that's what we've come to. So I urge everyone to pause, put down your phones, get off the computer, get off social media if this is what's happening to you. There are more things in life. Find some enjoyment in life. Find something that makes you positive, that you enjoy, and it's out there if you look for it. If you look for bad, you're going to find bad. If you look for good, you'll find good. So Charlie Kirk, rest in peace, my dear friend. You were a patriot. You were a God-loving individual. And pray for his wife and his children and his family. A moment of silence, please. Thank you. He will never be forgotten.
Our prayer, Mr. Asatuli.
O Lord, bless thy servants in the ministry of public affairs who serve thee in the chamber. Give us quiet minds and hearts that we may hear thy voice. Help us to know when to speak, when to be silent. Give us strength to oppose the wrong and uphold the right. And grant that we have a good conscience and soul at peace with thee and with one another. Amen.
Amen. Please be seated. Thank you.
Roll call. Councilman Asatuli.
Here.
Let the record reflect that Councilwoman DeCaro is absent. Councilman DePalma. Here. Councilman Desai. Here. Councilman Garcia.
Here.
Let the record reflect Councilman Murphy and Councilman Pasquitti are absent. Council Vice President Dr. Greenberg Belli.
Yes,
And Council President Sohar.
Yes, here.
This meeting is being held in conformance with the Open Public Meetings Act. Notice has been given to the official newspapers of the Township on January 14, 2025, and has been posted in public places. Next open public meeting of the Township Council will be held on Tuesday, October 14, 2025, at 7:30 p.m. Just to put it on the record, Councilwoman DeCaro is coming up to the dais. She will be marked present.
Okay, we're good?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you everyone for being here this evening. We're going to start with the Sayerwood South Baseball State Champions 2025.
Congratulations to the Sayerwood South 13U team on an incredible season. Achieving back-to-back state championships, they demonstrated outstanding consistency, grit, and teamwork. Their momentum carried them into the Mid-Atlantic Regional Tournament, where they battled through a stacked field to earn an impressive third-place finish, a true testament to their dedication. This team has shown what can be accomplished with relentless effort and heart. I happened to be at the game, Councilman, what's your name, Eric DePalma? And,
What's your name?
I had a brain dream.
It's been a long day.
Okay. And Councilwoman Bellet, I had gone originally just to stay for a short time because my husband was home ill, but the game was so exciting, I couldn't leave. They were down by 3 runs, and they came back. It was amazing. So now I'd like to call up the manager, Brian Burns. Hey, Brian, you're going to talk and announce? Yeah, briefly. Okay. I'll come on this side.
Yeah, like I said, I'll keep it very brief. Just want to thank the mayor, the council, for everything that they've done. 2 years, Menino Park has been open. 2 state championships. It's tough to beat that, right? It's tough to beat that. But guess what? We're going for the three-peat in 2026, going for the 14U state title, and then take on the region again. So, again, just thanking you. Menino Park has made such an impact. We've hosted over 2,000 games in the last 2 years. And that's a testament to the town putting the project together, working. You know, we're honored that they worked with Sayerwood South, you know, to help get this project done. I see it. Anita just came by. I was going to say thank you to Anita, Lisa, Matt. I'm surprised he hasn't blocked my phone number yet. There he is back there. Just incredible partners. The compliments that we get on a daily basis, hosting tournaments over the weekend, hosting the state tournaments, hosting the regional tournaments, they're already asking us to host multiple regional tournaments next year. So, you know, thank you to the town for all of that. All right, so we'll start with the coaches. So we have Coach Alan Silva. Yeah. And after you come up, just stay up here for the quick team picture. Keith Santangelo is not here, but he was another one of our coaches. Coach Dave Bono. All right, now the boys, who it's all about here. Raymond Foley. Patrick Burns. You'll notice we're traveling with some hardware. That's the first of 2 that'll be coming up here with us. Matt Silva. Mason Santangelo. Christian Bono. Jackson Smith. Antonio Scaglione. Liam Cole. Colton Uvegas. Sal Lombardi. Robbie Hazel. Mio Ferrara. Patrick Hines is not here, but Patrick Hines. CJ Barry. And Leo Pluchino. As you can see, it takes an army to get this done, but these boys did it twice in a row, so congratulations, boys.
All right, good. I can hide behind.
I just want to thank Brian and all the coaches for all their time and effort. Back-to-back state championship is a pretty amazing accomplishment, and we're looking for next year. Bye. That was some nail biter, that game. I think it ended up 5-3. Hey, Mark.
Today.
They were down.
We're trying to remind you you're short.
I have to stand on my tippy toes when I do it. It doesn't come low enough. I got to get high heels.
Hey, you know what? Good things come in smaller packages.
Very nice. Congratulations to all the families. That was really a wonderful accomplishment.
Tell you, those coaches put a lot into that. The coaches, they were
Yeah, I've asked, and I don't have any polls, so.
My mother used to use pledge.
Okay, well. Thank you all for being here. Next, we're going to introduce our new police officer, something that we're also extremely proud of here in Old Bridge. Good evening. Good evening, Chief.
Testing. Good evening. My name is Tom Montagna. I am the Chief of Police here at the Old Bridge Township Police Department. I'm here this evening to introduce to the council and the residents of Old Bridge 5 new police officers that were recently hired by the Old Bridge Township Police Department. I want to welcome all their family and friends that are here this evening. They went through a pretty intense interview process, and I'm super proud of all the hard work that they put in to get here today. I want to wish them all the best. I want to wish them a long, safe career here at the OBPD, and I want to welcome them to the Old Bridge Police Department family. With that being said, I will bring them up individually, and I'll read a short bio and introduce them to all of you. First is Daniel Asiello. On July 9th, 2025, Officer Daniel Asiello. Oh, hold on. I'm sorry. Oh, okay. Vance Anthony Polino and Luke Cox were administered their oaths of office. Prior to coming to Old Bridge, Daniel Asiello began his career in law enforcement with the South River Police Department after attending the Atlantic County Police Training Center. Daniel holds a Bachelor of Arts degree in communication from Stockton University. I'm sorry. So I present to you Daniel Asiello. Good job, bud. Good job. Congratulations. Yeah, they can stay up there. Vance Anthony Polino. Vance previously served with the Berkeley Township Police Department as a Special Law Enforcement Officer, Class 1 and Class 2. Upon completion of his training at the Ocean County Police Academy, he was employed as an officer with the Lakehurst Police Department. I present to you Vance Anthony Polino. Luke Cox. Luke Cox completed his training at the Ocean County Police Academy. He served as a Special Law Enforcement Officer, Class 1 and Class 2 with the Seaside Park Police Department prior to coming to Old Bridge. I present to you Luke Cox. Daniel Gill. Daniel Gill was sworn in on August 21st, 2025. Daniel completed his training with the Ocean County Police Academy and previously served with the Princeton University Police Department of Public Safety. I present to you Daniel Gill.
Down there, first reading.
Daniel, I'm sorry, I had a problem pronouncing his name the other day. Chiricolo.
Better. It is.
Yeah, I know. Gerard Chiricolo took his oath of office with the department on September 15, 2025. Gerard received his training from the Monmouth County Police Academy. Prior to being hired by the Old Bridge Police, he was employed as a Special Law Enforcement Officer, Class 2, with the Deal Police Department. Gerald holds a Bachelor of Arts degree in Law and Society. Please join me in welcoming these officers to the Old Bridge Township Police Department.
I want to welcome all our new police officers to Old Bridge. I want you to stay safe out there, and that's mostly what I wish for you because it's a crazy world out there today. And I had the pleasure of meeting them all personally, and they're such nice, fine young gentlemen. Congratulations to your parents. You've really raised some fine young men. Congratulations. I just want to say we're in competition apparently with Woodbridge. I heard at their council meeting they were claiming they have the best police department because I had said we do. So I'm going to once again say we do.
All right, guys, congratulations.
Congratulations.
A lot of vowels in those introductions like that. Congratulations.
God, they're all so young.
No, we're so old.
I can't even. They're like my kids' ages. Eric.
Oh, really?
The last one.
Well, congratulations to all the new officers. And as Mayor Walker said, we're very proud. And this is really something to be happy about, the increase of police officers here in town. It's a very positive for Old Bridge. So welcome and thank you very much. Next is going to be H1, release of performance guarantee, Visions Old Bridge 3, Block 8002, Lot 13, 105, Old Manawan Road, application 31-2019Z. Good evening. Good evening, Mrs. Shapiro, Mr. Clauser, how are you this evening?
Thank you, Council President. We're here tonight for a request that came from the developer for the release of the performance guarantee associated with an application in front of our zoning board. That application was called Vision Old Bridge 3 LLC, and that was for the construction of a 4-story mixed-use building that houses assisted living facility as well as independent living. That facility also includes parking lot, lighting, landscaping, curbing, parking striping, et cetera. We had Remington and Vernick engineers do the inspection services for us. We have prepared a bond release letter that they had coordinated with my office in preparation. George Allen's chief inspector from Remington and Vernick were actually out on site continually through the construction process and has reported back to me that all site plan approvals have been constructed and satisfactorily as per the signed approved plans by the board. The performance guarantee that was posted for the project was $36,080 in the form of a performance bond, was $32,472, and that was 90% in the form of bonds. 10% cash portion totaled $3,608. The 90% performance guarantee was posted for perimeter landscape buffer in the amount of $9,930.60. Off-site public improvements for School Street, excluding the loading zone, was $18,041.40, and a safety and stabilization guarantee in the amount of $4,500. Cash guarantee, which represents 10% of the total guarantee for the perimeter landscape buffer, was $1,103.40. For the off-site public improvements was $2,004.60, and for the safety and stabilization guarantee was $500. We have no objection to council releasing the bond, subject to the applicant submitting a 2-year maintenance guarantee in the amount of $3,006.90, which represents 15% of the performance guarantee associated with the off-site improvements, as the private is not bonded for a maintenance guarantee, and payment of any outstanding inspection escrows. I just want to make a note that Remington and Vernick, the memo that was written was from Terry Vogt. He actually oversees George Allen, the chief inspector from Remington and Vernick. And if you have any questions, I know the applicant's attorney is here, and then I would ask that he introduces himself
Yes.
to council.
Please.
Good evening, Council. Peter Clauser with the firm Halber and Pape on behalf of your applicant, Vision Old Bridge 3. I've reviewed the report. I've heard what Ms. Shapiro has to say. Of course, I agree. We agree to the 2 conditions with regard to the posting of the maintenance guarantee and making sure that all fees are paid. I actually think this applicant is pretty close to actually getting a CO for the property. So we should be up and running pretty soon, which is great for the town. So I would just ask that after you have an opportunity to open up to the public, that you act favorably on the bond release.
Okay, thank you. And need a motion to open to the public, please?
Second.
Moved by Council Vice President Dr. Greenberg Belli, second by Councilman De Palma. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? We are now open to the public.
Okay. Anyone from the public wish to come up and be heard on this particular item? No? Seeing no hands, I'd ask for a motion to close public.
Move it.
Second.
Moved by Councilman DePalma, second by Councilwoman DeCaro. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? We're now closed to public comment.
Okay, and now I'll go to council. Anyone on my left have a comment or a question? Mrs. DeCaro?
Yes, thank you.
Make sure you're in the mic, please.
I'm sorry, I accidentally shut it off. I'm sorry. I have no problem with the release of the guarantee. I was just curious what the off-site public improvements were on School Street?
It was just resurfacing, full
Oh.
width of the roadway resurfacing.
Just resurfacing? Okay, thank you.
Okay, anyone else on my left? No? Anyone on my right? Okay, seeing no hands, I'll ask for a motion.
Moved by Council Vice President Dr. Greenberg-Belli, second by Councilman Asatuli. Roll call, Councilman Asatuli.
Yes.
Councilwoman DeCaro.
Yes.
Councilman DePalma.
Yes.
Councilman Desai.
Yes.
Councilman Garcia.
Yes.
Council Vice President Dr. Greenberg-Belli.
Yes.
And Council President Soha.
Yes.
Thank you, everyone. Have a good evening.
Have a good evening. Thank you. H2, resolution conditionally approving a person-to-person transfer of plenary retail consumption liquor license number 1209-33-005 from Grillstone LLC to Elizabeth's New Jersey LLC.
Okay, so
Good evening,
introduce yourself,
please.
please.
Put the mic on.
Press the button.
We need sound.
I'm good now.
Yeah.
Matthew Borowski, representing Elizabeth's LLC. NJ, sorry.
So I just wanted to put on the record that the applicant has met all the requirements set forth for the transfer. Both the police department had no objection, and we have the resolution ready to go.
Okay, great. Okay, we're going to open it to the public. Can I have a motion?
Move it.
Okay,
Moved by Councilman DePalma, second by Council Vice President Dr. Greenberg-Belli.
all in favor? Okay.
Any opposed? We're now open to public.
Okay, anyone in the public wish to be heard on this particular item? If you wish to be heard, you have to come up. Okay, we're talking into the mic. Okay, it's the public portion. Is there anyone in the public who wishes to be heard on this liquor license transfer? Okay, seeing no hands, I'll ask for a motion, close public portion.
Second.
Moved by Councilman DePalma, second by Council Vice President Dr. Greenberg-Belli. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? We are now closed to public comment portion.
Okay, now I will go to council. Anyone on my left for a question? No? Okay, anyone on my right? Okay, seeing no hands, I will ask for a motion.
Move it.
Okay,
Moved by Councilman DePalma, second by Councilman Asatuli. Roll call, Councilman Asatuli.
Yes.
Councilwoman DeCaro.
Yes.
Councilman DePalma.
Yes.
Councilman Desai.
Yes.
Councilman Garcia.
Yes.
Council Vice President Dr. Greenberg-Belli.
Yes.
And Council President Sohar.
yes.
Motion carries.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you for your time.
Good luck.
Looking forward to doing some further business in Old Bridge. Thank you.
Yes, good luck to you.
Best wishes to you.
Yeah. Okay, bill list, Mr. Garcia.
Yes, thank you. Bill list as of September 16, 2025. Accounts payable, September 16, 2025, $47,617,930.52. Payroll, August 15, 2025, $1,343,301.20. Payroll overtime, August 15, 2025, $51,335.65. Payroll, August 29, 2025, $1,210,890.43. Payroll overtime, August 29, 2025, $96,689.92. Payroll, September 12, 2025, $1,129,667.58. Payroll overtime, September 12, 2025, $73,493.63. And that completes my report. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Garcia. Can we have a breakdown of the overtime, please, Anna?
Yes, I will break it by pay periods to make it easier. August 15th, we did not have any major upticks in overtime. The sworn police overtime for that pay period was $32,884.88. Deduct grants, $8,581.33. Deduct ETO, $3,979.92, for a total of $20,323.63. For the August 29 period, we did have a bit of an uptick in rec special events, mostly due to Saltwater Day. The sworn police overtime for that time was $73,393.86. Deduct grants, $5,395.91. Deduct ETO, $34,933.69, for a total of $33,064.26. Again, special events for that period was also Saltwater Day. And finally, for the September 12th payroll, no major overtime upticks. The police sworn overtime was $59,606.73. Deduct grants, $22,973.65. Deduct ETO, $8,785.63, for a total of $27,847.49. And we currently have one officer on light duty. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. Do I have a motion to? Sure.
I had asked,
Oh, yes, you're right, yep, go ahead.
I had asked at the last meeting how much we paid in overtime for the rally that they had. And the cost that was incurred by the residents for something that I'm sure everyone didn't decide to have or didn't attend. And I want to know what that cost is. And
Yes, hold on one second. I know I emailed it to you, but I just.
yes, it was over $3,000.
Yes. Hold on one second.
So my question is, why do the residents of Old Bridge have to pay for a political party's rally? Why? If I had a political rally, if we did, I would certainly pay it. If there was overtime costs incurred, and I would expect to pay for it. If I asked it to have it, I would at least be smart enough to know there's cost incurred, and I wouldn't put it on the township residents. And I think it's totally unfair, and I think that they have to look at paying that bill. If not, I think they should poll every resident in town whether they wanted to pay for this rally. It's unacceptable. So what does it mean? Another rally, another whatever they do? They get to have free police overtime and public works?
Yes. The police breakdown for the overtime that day was $2,173.37, and for public works, it was $790.88.
Okay, so we came to about over $3,000. I don't care if it was $500. The residents of Old Bridge should not be paying for political rallies. So I want to know if you have any intentions on paying that bill. Or do you just feel all the residents have to pay for it?
Why are you looking at me?
Well, you were there and you spoke about your opponent and that you were running.
It wasn't my rally. I didn't organize
You got up
it.
and you spoke about.
I was there. I was invited to be there. I don't know why you're looking at me.
Well, who should I look at?
I don't know who you should look
Who
at.
should I look at?
It wasn't a
Okay,
rally
so I'm
that
looking at
I
you. Do you have
organized.
intentions on paying for this?
This can't go back and
Okay, you can wait till then, but I think if you have a rally, it behooves you to understand that there's costs involved with it and that there's a payment that you should make. But if a councilwoman gets up and speaks about her opponent and that she's running for re-election again, it becomes a political rally, and she has a responsibility. And I don't think, if you ask every resident in this town, do you want to start paying your tax dollars when we're overtaxed for everything now because of the school board, that you want to pay your tax dollars for overtime at a political rally? It is truly unacceptable.
You are taking away people's First Amendment rights for free speech
No,
is
there
what
is
you're
a
trying to do.
They
That's
can,
their First
obviously-
Amendment right. They did not ask for police protection. They notified the police to let them know that that's what
Oh,
they
so
were doing.
You weren't involved
They
with it,
didn't
but you
ask.
happen to know everything about this. This is now comical. This is now
Like you said, I was there.
Yeah, this is now.
So I did speak to them, yes,
Yeah.
because I am capable of having conversations with residents. I don't just preach from them up here. I can have conversations with them.
Excuse me, Miss DeCaro. I've been speaking to residents all the time, and I ask them.
Well, did you speak to these residents?
Instead of posting
Did you speak to these residents?
No, I didn't go to the rally, obviously.
Well, then you should maybe speak to them first before preaching to them up here on the dais.
Okay, so I'm going to ask. They're entitled to their free speech, but they're not entitled to police coverage.
They didn't
where everyone
ask
else
for
was.
police coverage. They
Okay.
didn't ask.
Oh, so you want them not to have on the corner of 516 and Cottrell Road where there's traffic and people are parked.
That was not their decision.
Okay.
And if you're going to deny police protection to your residents, that's a problem. I have a problem with that.
Because I wouldn't deny police protection.
I have a serious problem with your line of your direction here. I have a serious
Of course
problem.
you do. Well, that doesn't surprise me.
You know what, Anita?
Post
You
outrage-
sit here, you have a campaign rally every single time you're at this dais. Don't
No, I
even
don't.
fool
I
anybody.
speak to the truth. I speak to the truth, so that's the problem.
No, you don't speak the truth. You speak what you want to hear. You speak
Did you ever hear the
misinformation.
phrase, you
And
can't
you just don't like that I can't
You
back you
can't
up.
handle the truth.
Oh, okay. Now we're quoting Jack Nicholson now.
Ladies.
Oh, excuse me. Oh, just go home and write another mean Facebook post.
All right.
Stop stalking me on Facebook, maybe. How about that?
I don't Facebook.
You
Well, then how do you know?
Because
You
other people
both
send me
made
information.
yourselves clear. That's it. No, the public is not speaking at this point. Okay. You've made it, you've made your right, your point, and you've made your point. So we're not going any further with this at this point in time. Do we have a motion to?
Move it.
I'll move it.
Moved by Councilman DePalma. Do we have a second?
Second.
Councilwoman DeCaro. Roll call. Councilman Asatuli?
Yes.
Councilwoman DeCaro?
Yes.
Councilman DePalma?
Yes.
Councilman Desai?
Yes.
Councilman Garcia?
Yes.
Council Vice President Dr. Greenberg Belli?
Yes, we have to pay our bills, but we also should revisit that and see why we're paying overtime for a political rally.
Council President Sohar?
Yes, I agree with her. We have to see what the parameters are for this, because we do have to balance it between protection and for all residents, but also the paying aspect of it. There is a price tag to everything. So I agree with her that we do have to look into it and see, is this something we have to revisit and revamp? I don't know, but we're gonna look into it, definitely. I vote yes to pay the bills. For second reading, H1, ordinance authorizing acceptance of deed from K. Hovnanian at Old Bridge LLC for recreation use at Block 13326, Lot 1.11. I'd like to open it to the public. Do I have a motion?
Move it.
Moved by Councilman DePalma, second by Councilman Asatuli. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? We are now open public comment portion on this item only.
Is there anyone in the public who would like to be heard on H1? Okay, seeing no hands, then I will close the public portion. Do I have a motion?
Move it.
Councilwoman DeCaro, second by Councilman Asatuli. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Hearing none. Public comment portion's closed on this item.
Okay, I will go council. On my left, anyone for H1? Okay, Mrs. DeCaro?
Yes, I would just like for the public knowledge to let them know exactly where this is located. It says the block and lot, but if we can just let the public know exactly where this is going to be.
Right.
I just-
Anna, you want to give an overview?
Yes, I believe it's off of Old Bridge.
It's on Trans Old, yes.
Correct. So it's a playground that has been deeded over to us now. So we had to do our due diligence, and our playground employees that we have, and also our PMA, our insurance company, went out there, made sure that the playground was turned over to us in proper condition, and now we will be responsible for maintaining that playground and the area, so it will have its routine inspections every year and things like that.
Okay, thank you.
No problem.
Definitely giving more recreation to that area. Anyone else on my right? Oh, Mr. Desai, certainly. Mr. Desai, could you put your mic on? Thank you.
Acreage, how many acre?
It's very small. It's literally the playground. It's the playground area, that's it.
Okay,
Yeah,
only playground.
yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Anyone else? Okay, seeing no hands, then I'll ask for a motion.
Second.
Moved by Council Vice President Dr. Greenberg Belli, second by Councilman DePalma. Roll call. Councilman Asatuli?
Yes.
Councilwoman DeCaro?
Yes.
Councilman DePalma?
Yes.
Councilman Desai?
Yes.
Councilman Garcia?
Yes.
Council Vice President Dr. Greenberg Belli?
Yes.
Council President Sohar?
Yes.
7 yeses, motion carries.
H2, ordinance amending Chapter 351 of the Township of Old Bridge entitled Personnel Policies by amending Section 351-5 Vacations. I'd like a motion to open it to the public.
Moved by Council Vice President Dr. Greenberg Belli, second by Councilman Asatuli. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Hearing none, we're open to public comment on this item only.
Okay, anyone want to come up and speak about H2? Seeing no hands, I'll ask for a motion to close public.
Second.
Moved by Council Vice President Dr. Greenberg Belli, second by Councilman DePalma. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Hearing none, we are now closed to this item on the agenda.
For the public, okay.
For the public,
I'll go to
sorry.
council. Council on my left, anyone? On my right? Okay, I need a motion.
Moved by Council Vice President Dr. Greenberg Belli, seconded by Councilman Asatuli. Roll call. Councilman Asatuli?
Yes.
Councilwoman DeCaro?
Yes.
Councilman DePalma?
Yes.
Councilman Desai?
Yes.
Councilman Garcia?
Yes.
Council Vice President Dr. Greenberg Belli?
Yes.
And Council President Sohar?
Yes.
7 yeses, motion carries.
H3, ordinance approving an application for financial agreement and the financial agreement with Vision Old Bridge 3 Urban Renewal LLC. Do I have a motion to open to public?
Second.
Moved by Council Vice President Dr. Greenberg Belli, second by Councilman DePalma. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Seeing none, we're now open to public comment on this item only.
Okay, anyone in the public wish to comment on H3? Okay, seeing no hands, I will ask for a motion to close the public.
Motion by Councilman Asatuli, second by Council Vice President Dr. Greenberg Belli. All in favor? Any opposed? We are
Okay.
now closed to this item on the agenda, closed to the public.
Council on my right, left rather. Okay, Mr. DeCaro?
Yes, so this is essentially the financial agreement for the bond guarantee release that we just did? No? Yes?
It's the same
It's
entity.
the same entity,
entity.
same entity,
Yes,
yes.
the same
Okay,
entity,
Same
yes.
entity. Okay, I'm just curious, so this is a pilot agreement, right? Correct?
That's a more common name, yes.
More common name, okay. So, can you tell me, do we have an idea of what the anticipated revenue is?
So, yeah, there's a certain section, and obviously, the way these analyses are done, and the town retains a consultant, Phoenix Advisors, who help negotiate it's called the service charge, and that's the payment in lieu of taxes. And basically, it's a three-prong approach. It's usually, the payment is the greater of a dollar per square foot amount, the percentage of gross revenue, which is permitted under statute, and then the percentage of conventional taxes. So obviously, what usually happens is the applicant in year one, the urban renewal entity, are making an estimate because they're not operating. And typically, then after a year, adjustments are made. So an analysis for year one, based upon what Phoenix had provided, was that it was about $64,000 in year one, making some assumptions based upon the amount of revenue that they're generating. Typically that's going to be the greater amount, and the percentages, if you look at, again, it's in section, I think section 4, 4.2 sets forth how the service charge is calculated. But that would be in year one, and then every year you would look at that, and there's an analysis done. Now, what happens as part of the service charge, there's two components. The service charge is only on the improvements. Land taxes continue to be paid. The land tax, there's an assessment done based upon the value of the property before it was built, and so that land tax continues to be paid during the term of the financial agreement, which is 30 years. That becomes a credit against the service charge payment, so there's a net. So the net of the service charge excludes the land tax, otherwise there's a double payment. Land tax, again, that's going to be based upon the assessment, right? The tax assessor will give an assessment on the land, and that land tax gets distributed as any other land tax gets distributed, to all the different entities. Service charge, again, is for just the improvement, and the service charge amount gets paid. There's a portion goes to the township, 5% per the statute gets paid to the county, and then there's a 2% administrative charge on the amount of the service charge payment that also is included. But for year one, the estimate would be about $64,000 to the township net.
Okay. And so when we come up with these financial agreements, so that means that we're going to be taking in $64,000 extra in revenue, right?
Well,
Approximately.
Yeah, it's revenue,
No,
correct.
right.
That goes to the
It
town.
goes into the revenue.
Sure.
So do we have an idea of how we're going to utilize that money, that extra $64,000 or whatever that number is?
It's not extra. I mean,
No, well, I know, it's not extra, it's the land tax
land tax comes in, gets collected.
comes in,
right?
and this is,
And then the service charge is on the improvement component. Typically, I think when people look at their tax bill, there's two components. There's the land and the improvement, and because it's a area need redevelopment, the improvement part is negotiated per the statute. So it's, again, it comes to the township like any revenue, and it goes into the town's revenue fund, right? It goes into their general fund, and then when you do your budgets, then you allocate however you're going to spend the money. But here's the important thing, because people are going to make this a political issue. It's not a political issue. What you have to understand, and this is one of the, I'm a former mayor. I've dealt with redevelopment plans, 25 years ago, and there aren't too many tools in the municipality's toolbox, and to basically encourage development, but at the same time control development. One of the things with respect to redevelopment that's important is that the town, when it creates a redevelopment plan, it gets to basically create the zone and what it wants to do. Typically, when you have a zoning ordinance, it's general, right? For instance, it'll say, okay, in this particular area, you can build residential uses, and then the setbacks are from the side yards, the front yards, everything's pretty limited. And so you just, as opposed to be specific. With respect to the redevelopment plan, which again becomes the zoning ordinance, you get site-specific. You detail, if you want to, the color of the brick, the type of the siding, things that you can't do, but for the fact that it's a redevelopment area. And the other important part with redevelopment and why it's a tool to the town, typically, the development occurs in areas that are blighted. This particular site, if you recall, it's on 516, was an old school building that collapsed. And it was a problem. The prior owner would not knock it down. We were in court, municipal court, multiple times, we were about to go to Superior Court because it was a safety hazard. So he wasn't moving, it wasn't being developed. And so what redevelopment does is encourages a developer to take a risk, who has to clean up this property. They had to knock down the building, demolish the building, and now take a piece of property that basically had zero value and for which the town is receiving no taxes, including the school district. And now a developer is investing capital, and in order to do that, there's usually more costs associated with it. So why the developers help, because taxation, as everybody knows, it's subject to fluctuation. And when they try to get financing for these types of projects, lenders like stability, like anything else. They like to see stability. So the biggest unknown in any type of development is usually the municipal real estate taxes. It can be interest rates, but you can typically, they figure that out. So redevelopment encourages a third party to come in and develop a property that would otherwise not be developed, make it something that, in this instance, it's an assisted living facility that includes, which is important too, this particular location includes some of our affordable housing that was approved in the third round. And there aren't many assisted living facilities in Old Bridge. This is obviously, I think that there may be one or two, right, besides this one. And there's also, what's unique about this location, there's also going to be apartments there where people, if they have someone who live there, they can rent the apartments for families. And again, there are also going to be, because it's licensed as an assisted living facility, Medicaid beds there. Now, for a municipality, and we're in the throes of affordable housing, typically Medicaid beds are for individuals who are called low income. Very hard to fill. It's a hard requirement. So, as part of the negotiations with this particular redeveloper, we ensured that he included a component of affordable housing, and we also ensure he included a component of the Medicaid beds. So again, but for the fact that this is a redevelopment area, it doesn't get built. And I think that's the important part that people know. Otherwise, and again, the land tax, there's actually the other entities, because the land tax actually is going to be more than it would have, but for the improvement. So those other entities end up getting more money. Sure, are they, if it was built, is it the full amount? No, it's not the full amount, but it's one of those things. It doesn't get built unless it's a redevelopment, right? Unless we have the incentive. It becomes incentive for these developers to invest a significant amount of money. And I know for in this particular instance, VOB3, he would not get his permanent financing but for the financial agreement. So, it's, and look, anyone who tries to build anything in New Jersey knows how expensive it is. The process is brutal, and I tell this story, to build a Wawa in New Jersey sometimes could take 2 to 3 years. I met some, Wawa representative a few years ago. In 1 year in Florida, they were able to put up 100 Wawas. 1 year. New Jersey, you get one every 2 or 3 years. I'm using that as an example, not to pitch Wawa. I'm a South Jersey guy, so I knew about Wawas a long time ago. But it's expensive. Aside from the regulations and the hoops you have to jump through, aside from getting municipal approval, there's county approval, and then you have to do a DP. So it's expensive. Not to mention the cost of labor. That's expensive, right? And so these are incentives, and so it's a tool. It's a tool available for the towns. It allows them to take properties, and there are a lot of residential areas in that neighborhood with a building that was not only an eyesore, it was a danger. And now you had someone who took on a risk to redevelop it, make it, and if you look at it, it's a really nice looking building. It's going to provide a service to the town, a needed service. So, yeah, that's one of the things you have to use, and I think it's foolhardy to think, well, towns are, by using redevelopment, they're just, they're ignoring the school district. Well, no, they're not, because this property doesn't get built. The taxes aren't going to be paid. You're still getting the taxes, the land component of the taxes, so that revenue's still coming in. But, the town's also not recognizing as much tax dollars it would have if it was ordinarily taxed as well, right? So they sort of, quote, take a haircut. But, that's the way the law is. So You know, that's the important part. But again, going back to your question, sure, right, the revenue comes in, and then ultimately allocation of revenue is a budgetary process.
So it goes into the general fund?
Yes.
That's the, okay. All right. Okay, thank you. I have to think about this.
God bless you.
Yeah, so one of the things Mark actually stole probably 95% of what I was going to say
I didn't
about
know
what
it.
it was. It's all right, listen, it's better coming from the
That
attorney.
better come from you, well done.
The one thing I just wanted to also make folks aware of, these financial agreements aren't tax abatements, right? So as a lot of folks are from the New York City area, and when you hear when folks say tax abatement, it's typically you're only paying a percentage of what that tax is over a certain amount of time, then it escalates up. That's not what this is, as our attorney made it clear, it's only on the improvement value. So for instance, if this property is paying $10,000 a year based off of the assessed value of the property today, that will continue to go forward, and that, you know, the 60% that would go to the schools, the, you know, X percent that comes to us, the X percent that goes to the county will still continue. It's just the percentage, it's the amount of the improvement value that it's on. So folks that thinks that we are giving anybody a tax-free run, that does not happen in this state. And I think we all know, I doubt the state of New Jersey will allow anyone to get away with not paying taxes. So I just want to make sure that we're clear on that, because there is some confusion based off of where you come from. It cannot be New York, you could be in other parts of the country as well. There are different incentives that each state would do in order to incentivize building in certain areas. This is just what the state of New Jersey offers.
Right, anyone on my right? Okay, all right, then seeing no other hands, we had opened it before to the public. I will ask for a motion.
Motion by Councilman Asatuli and second by Council Vice President Dr. Greenberg Belli. Roll call. Councilman Asatuli?
Yes.
Councilwoman DeCaro?
Abstain.
Abstain, I'm sorry. Councilman De Palma?
Yes.
Councilman Desai? Councilman Garcia?
Yes.
Council Vice President Dr. Greenberg Belli?
Yes.
Council President Sohar?
Yes.
So we had 6 yeses and 1 abstention. Motion carries.
H4, ordinance amending Chapter 108 of the Code of the Township of Old Bridge entitled Construction Codes Uniform. I need a motion to open to the public.
Move it.
Moved by Councilman De Palma, second by Councilman Garcia.
All in favor?
All in favor? Any opposed? We are now open to the public for comment on this item only.
Does anyone have any comment on H4? You can come up so they can. Yeah.
What is this specifically saying about amending what? Because the chapter is pretty long. I mean, I just was looking.
Yeah.
So what is this meaning that they're going to be amending what from that?
Yeah, that,
I thought I had a loud voice.
just your name, please.
Oh, Joanne.
Okay,
Sykes.
Joanne, okay.
And I've been here since 1970.
I know, I know.
You know me.
I know.
Anyway, all I'm just saying is you're going on
Right.
with this stuff to saying about amending the chapter. Why? What is it
Uniform,
being
okay.
amended?
All right, so.
Sure.
gonna-
So Chapter 108 is being amended. Chapter 108 deals with the town's uniform construction code. And so there's a particular provision, and what this does, it deals with the waiving of an enforcing agency fees, which again, under the law, municipalities can establish their construction department. They become the local enforcing agency as opposed to the DCA. So what this provision basically codifies something that deals with when another governmental entity builds something, okay, then this would say that for instance, the MUA. The MUA, we're going to build a building, do improvements, or another government agency. What this says is that the town agrees that they will not charge there's two fees that get charged. There's a fee that for an application fee, depending on what you build, and then there's one for inspection fees. This allows the law allows the town to waive those fees for other governmental agencies. And the thought being is that if you're going to charge basically one government agency, you're already paying either a tax to them or a rate to them. So, why require them to make the pay? All they're going to do is pass that on potentially to the residents anyway. So it sort of keeps everybody even and allows the town to waive those charges.
Okay, just wanted to, thank you.
You're welcome.
On H4.
For the ordinance?
No. Seeing no hands, I'll ask a motion to close public.
Motion by Council Vice President Dr. Greenberg Belli. Can we have a second to close? Councilman Asatuli, all in favor? Any opposed? Hearing none, we're now closed to this item on the agenda to the public.
Anyone on the left rather, yes.
More of a point of information for folks. So if you want to see the items beforehand that are being changes to any of the ordinances, if you go on the township website and you go to the council agenda, you click on the agenda and you go to the specific hyperlink of the item, it'll actually give you the ordinance and it's bolded and underlined. All of the items that are being added and anything that's being taken out would be struck through. So if you do have questions about the exact verbiage that's on there, you could just go on the oldbridge.com website, and it'll all be there in the council agendas.
Changes are being made. Yep. Anyone else? No? Okay, seeing no hands, I will ask for a motion.
Motion by Council Vice President Dr. Greenberg Belli, second by Councilman Asatuli. Roll call. Councilman Asatuli?
Yes.
Councilwoman DeCaro?
Yes.
Councilman DePalma?
Yes.
Councilman Desai? Councilman Garcia?
Yes.
Council Vice President Dr. Greenberg Belli? Yes. Council President Sohar?
Yes.
7 yeses, motion carries.
FR1, ordinance for first reading. Ordinance amending Chapter 39 of the Code of the Township of Old Bridge entitled Animals by amending various sections. Do I have a motion?
Move it.
Motion by Council Vice President Dr. Greenberg Belli, who seconded? Councilman Asatuli. Roll call. Councilman Asatuli.
Yes.
Councilwoman DeCaro.
Yes.
Councilman DePalma.
Yes.
Councilman Desai. Councilman Garcia.
Yes.
Council Vice President Dr. Greenberg Belli.
Yes.
Council President Sohar.
Yes.
7 yeses, motion carries. Public hearing set for October 14th, 2025.
Consent agenda will be next. I need a motion and a second, and then we'll go back for separations.
Move it.
Second.
Moved by Council Vice President Dr. Greenberg Belli, second by Councilman DePalma. Councilman Asatuli, any items for separation?
No, thank you.
Councilwoman DeCaro?
No, thank you.
Councilman DePalma?
C1?
C1. Councilman Desai? Any items for separation? Okay. Councilman Garcia?
I have none, thank you.
Council Vice President Dr. Greenberg Belli?
Thank you.
And Council President Sohar?
No.
So we're going to need a
A vote on the
vote,
balance
the
with the
balance.
exception of C1.
C1. Okay. Councilman Asatuli?
No, good.
Okay. We're
No,
gonna vote on the
we're
balance.
voting on the balance.
I'm good, yes, yes,
Okay.
You're voting no
yes.
on it.
No, yes, I'm good, sorry, yep,
Okay.
good.
Okay.
Councilwoman DeCaro?
Yes.
Councilman DePalma?
Yes.
Councilman Desai? Councilman Garcia?
Yes.
Council Vice President Dr. Greenberg Belli?
Yes.
And Council President Sohar?
Yes. Next will be C1. Mr. DePalma?
Thank you. Just separated this just so folks understand what this is. This is actually the paving projects that will be going on through town, the 2025 paving contracts. So this is probably typically, I believe, Anna, if I'm not mistaken, will start around November And then weather permitting will probably bleed into 2026, but there are 24 roads throughout the town that will be repaved over the ensuing, let's just say, 2.5 quarters. So just for folks to be aware of that, and all of that information of what street that is on the website as well. And if no one has anything else, I'll move it.
Okay.
Second.
Moved by Councilman De Palma, second by Council Vice President Dr. Greenberg Belli. Roll call, Councilman Asatuli?
Yes.
Councilwoman DeCaro?
Yes.
Councilman De Palma?
Yes.
Councilman Desai? Yes. Councilman Garcia?
Yes.
Council Vice President Dr. Greenberg Belli? Yes. Council President Sohar?
Yes.
7 yeses.
Report of the Township Clerk.
I have no report, ma'am.
Report of the Township Attorney.
Nothing new to report, Madam President. Thank you.
Administrative report. Anna?
Thank you. I have quite a few items, so bear with me this evening. Number one, the Old Bridge Food Bank will be accepting pasta donations during the month of September. Donations can be dropped off at the Silver Linings front desk or at the Old Bridge Food Bank. For a list of other items needed, please visit oldbridge.com/foodbank. Number two, there will be a Township paper shred event in 2 locations on Friday, October 10, 2025. The shredding truck will be in Cheesequake Village from 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. and then at the Municipal Complex from 12 p.m. to 3 p.m. This event is open to Township residents only and will be held rain or shine. Full details can be found at oldbridge.com/recycling. 2025 Annual Road Resurfacing Program. On August 8, 2025 at 1 p.m., bids were received, open, and read in public for the 2025 Annual Road Resurfacing. Based on the review of the bids, we recommend that the 2025 Annual Road Resurfacing Project be awarded to P&A Construction, Inc., which you just approved. This project is for the resurfacing of 24 township roadways. In general, the work includes milling, resurfacing, pavement striping and markings, installation of under drains, and construction of ADA-compliant curb ramps. Construction is scheduled to begin in fall of 2025 for the duration of 90 calendar days. Award of this contract has been included on tonight's consent agenda, with construction to begin later this fall. Please visit oldbridge.com/projects to view the contract plans. 2025 CDBG Road Reconstruction. On August 28, 2025 at 2 p.m., bids were received, open, and read in public for the 2025 CDBG Road Reconstruction Contract Number 2025-54. Based on the review of the bids, we recommend that the 2025 CDBG Road Reconstruction contract be awarded to Discover Construction, LLC. This project has received $70,000 in Community Development Block Grant funding, with the shortfall to be covered by Township Capital Funds. The contract work includes resurfacing Fern Street and Stevens Avenue. Award for this contract has been included on tonight's consent agenda, and construction will begin in late fall of 2025. Please visit oldbridge/projects to view the contract plans. On May 21st, 2025 at 2 p.m., bids from 9 contractors were received, open, and read in public for the Menino Park Pickleball Courts and Site Improvements Project. Based on the review of the bids, we recommend that contract 2025-43 for Menino Park Pickleball Courts and Site Improvements Project be awarded to Precise Construction, Inc. Scope of the work will include, but is not limited to, the clearing of the site, proposed parking lot construction, 9 pickleball courts, stormwater control measure, landscaping, lighting, fencing, and soil erosion and sediment control measures. Construction is scheduled to begin on Monday, September 22nd, 2025. Please visit oldbridge.com/projects to view the contract plans. In accordance with the U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development's Community Development Block Grant Regulations, or CDBG, the Township of Old Bridge has prepared its fiscal year 2024 Consolidated Annual Performance and Evaluation Report, CAPER, for its Community Development Block Grant Program. The public comment period for the 2024 CAPER will be held from September 10, 2025 through September 25, 2025, for a period of no less than 15 days. Copies of the draft CAPER have been posted on the Township website at oldbridge.com/projects, and paper copies will be available on request from inspection at the Business Administration Office. A public hearing to share program performance and receive public input on the CAPER has been scheduled for September 24, 2025 at 3 p.m. On Thursday, August 21st, 2025, the Department of Finance received 4 bids for the sale of $21,750,000 worth of notes, consisting of $15 million general improvement notes, $300,000 arena utility notes, and $6,450,000 in emergency notes scheduled to mature on September 9, 2026. The winning bid from Jeffries LLC has a net interest cost of 2.6462%, or $573,958.33. The net interest costs range from 2.6462% to 2.7455%. The Old Bridge Police Department will conduct an 8-week Citizen Police Academy starting on Tuesday, October 7th. Residents interested in participating in the program should go to oldbridge.com/Citizen Police Academy to obtain an application. Class size is limited to the first 25 applicants. The application deadline is September 26th. Finally, Old Bridge Day. Please join us this Saturday for Old Bridge Day from 12 p.m. to 5 p.m. at the Municipal Complex. For more information, please visit oldbridge.com/recreation or call 732-721-5600, extension 4999. And this concludes my report.
Thank you, Anna. Does any council person have a question or a comment? Okay. Seeing no hands, I'll ask for a motion to accept. Mr. Desai?
Motion by Councilman Desai, second by Council Vice President Dr. Greenberg-Belli. Roll call, Councilman Asatulli.
Yes.
Councilwoman DeCaro.
Yes.
Councilman DePalma. Councilman Desai. Councilman Garcia.
Yes.
Council Vice President Dr. Greenberg-Belli.
Yes.
And Council President Sohar.
Yes.
7 yeses.
Okay, next will be public comment on any subject matter for a maximum period of 3 minutes.
The public comment portion of our meeting is to allow the public to bring to the council's attention their concerns or comments. This section is open for any topic or items in the consent agenda. In accordance with NJSA 10:4-12A and the Old Bridge Rules of Council, the council asks the public to limit their comments to 3 minutes or less. Only one member of the public shall approach to speak to council at a time. The council will respect the public's time by refraining from any comment until the speaker is finished with their allotted time. It should be further noted that the public comment portion of our meeting is not structured as a question and answer period. It is, if a member of the public has questions they seek answers to, an appointment can be made with the corresponding department's office during regular business hours. Township clerk will regulate the time during the comment portion of our meeting. As you approach the microphone, please state your name, no addresses.
Good evening. My name is Ruth Queen, and I've happily been a resident of Old Bridge for over 37 years. When we, the residents of Old Bridge, were first told about the warehouses and developments, we were promised millions of dollars in ratables or tax revenue in return for the traffic, loss of green space, and truck pollution that the warehouses and construction would bring. And yet our taxes continue to rise. Last month, this council reported that the pilot agreements, payment in lieu of taxes, that the developers of the warehouses got brought in less than $300,000. This is not acceptable. We, the people, want to know where our money is going. We want to see the pilot agreements published on the town's website for all to see. We want to know how much money has come in and where exactly it is going. A petition has been circulating among Old Bridge residents for the last few weeks. There are well over 400 signers. I would like to present the petition here today. It states, "We, the residents of Old Bridge Township, demand that the Old Bridge Town Council cease the future approval of warehouse construction. Any further warehouse construction and/or pilot agreements should be brought to the town via referendum on election day to let the residents decide. Furthermore, we demand that the Old Bridge Town Council, 1, publish the terms of the previous pilot agreements entered in between the town and the developers so that all residents can review. 2, report to the residents of Old Bridge exactly how much revenue is coming in via these previous pilot agreements. 3, report to the residents of Old Bridge exactly how that revenue is being spent. I hope you all listen to us and respond accordingly. Thank you for listening. And I have the, with everyone's comments and the petition and everyone's names and where they live in Old Bridge. And I want to know who takes that. Is that you? Okay. And again, thank you for listening to us.
Good evening.
Good evening. My name is Anita Pamonti, and I'm the president of the South Oldbridge Volunteer Fire Department. Thank you to Mayor Walker, Council President Sohar, Business Administrator Anita Feltz for meeting with the Oldbridge four volunteer fire departments chiefs and presidents last night. I believe last night was a productive beginning to our relationship with the township in assistance to helping us recruit and retain volunteers. This past Monday night at 1:37 a.m., South Oldbridge Volunteer Fire Department responded to a call to a smoke condition in a two-story split-level home. Once the fire was located, it was quickly knocked down. The home was saved besides smoke and water damage, and there was no injuries reported.
Thank God.
The other side of the story comes from us, your fire first responders. We are all volunteers. The personnel who responded all worked the fire, cleaned up the scene, went home to shower, change, and immediately went to their paid positions. I tell you this story not because we want accolades, but because not many people in the public are aware of the volunteer status that is occurring in our nation, in our township, and that we face a serious issue. The township, the state, the country has of running out of volunteers. As per the National Volunteer Fire Council, 64% of all fire departments are volunteer. 100% volunteer, excuse me. 82% are mostly volunteer. Volunteer firefighters save the U.S. an estimated $46.9 billion. The volunteer system is a vital part of safety and financial responsibility to our town. Yet we face an enormous challenge recruiting and retaining all new volunteers. As you can imagine, asking people to run into the fire for free is a tall order. Probably not many people before me would do that. I stand here before you, the council and the public, asking for help. We need to begin the conversation of we need volunteers. We, the volunteers, need help with recruiting, retention, and we need to spread the word. We need to drive forward every incentive at the town and state level, and frankly, to save the fire department. The volunteers look forward to working with the township and the public and to help us in any way they can. And if you have any questions, you can always reach out. Thank you.
Good evening.
It's great to be back. I haven't been here in 11 years.
Oh, jeez. Drop the mic.
I got it.
Drop the mic.
When I got here 11 years ago, Owen Henry was running.
Sir,
for
can you
mayor.
just state your name, too?
Yeah, it's Dr. Sam Gallucci. And the last time I was here, Anita and Deborah was running for town council and Owen Henry, and we wiped out the competition and they all got elected. So here I am, and why I'm here tonight is for a couple of reasons. We all know that New Jersey pays the highest property taxes in the nation. And the property taxes in Oldbridge are out of sight. It's taking food from families and taking money from folks that need to pay their mortgages. It's systemic. It's got to stop. I was with Jack Citarella this past week. This is a priority to him. And I'm here for two reasons, actually. Listening to this has been rather entertaining tonight, better than watching some of the TVs. I think I'll attend more of these conferences and council meetings. But one, there should be a freeze on overtime. There shouldn't be overtime unless it's an emergency. We're already overtaxed. Why are we spending money on overtime? And who's making these decisions? Two, I'm for the police. I worked with the state police, but I noticed we got 4 or 5 new policemen. Why? Do we need them? Who approved that? I mean, I don't know. So these are just questions I'm posing, but the real question is, I'm looking for solutions to deal with the Board of Education. And I talked at length with Jack on this last week. I mean, the school budgets are a malignant cancer. They keep on growing. And most of the residents of this town and most towns are apathetic. The school budget comes for a vote, they stay home. They don't know what's going on. But all those self-interest groups that want the raises, they get all the people out to vote and they get these school budgets passed, and it's not sustainable. Okay, so my question to this council is, I am willing to work with a coalition. I have a doctor's degree in education and psychology. I was assistant professor at Manhattan College. I taught at South Plainfield, South River. I coached, okay? Can we get a coalition together of residents, of teachers, to come to some type of consensus and solutions to reduce these budgets because they're not sustainable? And we just sit here and it can't keep on going on. We keep on paying and paying and paying. It's got to stop. You know, if everybody stopped paying their taxes, what would you do? I mean, that's a possibility. People just don't pay the tax. You're going to go out and foreclose on everybody's house? I don't think so.
Sorry, sir,
That's it.
that's your time.
So I'm open to work with you folks, and I'm open to give my
Thank
time.
you. We have to stop,
Okay.
otherwise.
So let me know if that's doable.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Good evening.
Good evening, Council. Good evening, Madam Mayor. I'm Richard Pucciarelli. I'm a resident. I'm also the president of the Historic Society on 516, as well as chairman of the Historic Commission. I'm here tonight to say to the council, to inform the council of the death of the Bennett House on 516 and Higgins Road was demolished today. There was supposed to be a zoning board hearing on the 16th of October for the plans for that property. The property was demolished before the public even got input on those plans. In the dead of the day, the house was destroyed. I had to call the descendants to tell them their house was destroyed today. Wasn't pleasant. I have in front of me a letter that I received from another law firm concerning 30 Mill Road. Now, there's a private property there that was approved to be demolished in 2013. They couldn't get a demolition permit because the letter was too old, so we had to supply a new letter. But we went over there and inspected that house at 30 Mill. It's behind the car wash on 34. That home was falling apart. We rescued what we could there. There was very little to rescue. This law firm, I have the letter, did the right thing. They wrote to us and asked us for a letter before they could get a demolition permit. And they couldn't demolish that house until they did. That we supplied it to them. The Bennett House wasn't shown that courtesy. It wasn't shown that respect. And the public, which we had the hearing in the zoning board last year, we couldn't even testify because the professionals weren't even there. And now the house is gone. I have to tell the residents this because the residents should know we did everything we could to save that house. And we were stymied, and in the middle of the day, they demolished that house without any approval that it was a historic structure. And the public was never given a chance to testify about that application. And I'm not talking about apartments or whatever. I'm talking about that house and having a fair hearing and letting the residents of this town testify and the neighbors over there in Higgins Road. They were denied. Why? Why? The council should understand that if we have an ordinance in this town respecting historic properties, it should be respected. And the residents expect that. And the people who volunteer expect it too. How am I going to get volunteers if they could do what they want? Who issued a demolition permit for that house when it wasn't even a hearing? The former town planner said to me, they can't do that. I'm going to leave you with that.
Okay. Is there anyone else in the audience? Good evening.
I'm going to add some context to the comments that were made earlier. My name is Leanne Allen. I'm an Old Bridge resident and one of the volunteers who helped organize the rally on July 17th, referenced at last month's town council meeting and tonight. Citizens gathered in Old Bridge that day to protest recent legislation and what they felt strongly to be increasing threats to civil liberties, rights, and protections. Speakers that day, including remarkable youth speakers, spoke to this message specifically. I'm here tonight because I was shocked that despite overwhelming support from passersby and community members and residents online, and despite a cooperative effort between residents and the police department that any township would have been proud of, the response of the council vice president at last month's meeting was to suggest residents be held financially responsible after the fact for police protection and other services that we never requested. The department was notified of our intent to assemble. We were prepared with a team of volunteers who were briefed ahead of time regarding their requests. We assembled peacefully on public property, in parks, and without incident, without incident. Citizens are protesting on public sidewalks and in parks and spaces across the country every day unassisted. But our department planned to remain present that day because it was the right thing to do, and they served the residents of this community with extraordinary professionalism, regardless of our political affiliation. Additionally, the councilwoman then went on to suggest other taxpaying residents be notified of the expenses incurred that day, as if we ourselves are not also taxpaying residents deserving of public services, unless it aligned with a certain political belief. And instead of taking an opportunity to connect and communicate with us, as the other councilwoman mentioned, the council members' response was to use the opportunity to frame our assembly as a political stunt, promoting further division among community members. Your position isn't permanent, council vice president, but your legacy will be. And you risk setting a dangerous precedent here. One day there may be someone else in that seat, and you risk telling all the residents that regardless of your party or your message, if you and others who support you speak up, whoever sits there can decide if you are deserving of police protection. And if you assemble and speak up anyway, under your First Amendment right, that it is reasonable and rational for that sitting council member to use their platform to rally others against you. I'll close by reminding everyone that political tensions are either fueled or quelled here in our communities where we are residents and neighbors first, and we have an opportunity here in Old Bridge to be an example, not just the residents, but also the leadership. As we navigate this difficult time in our nation's history, I hope that the council, and maybe more importantly, the residents, will reflect on the consequential impact of comments like those made at last month's meeting, and remember the burden of responsibility that these seats carry to either lead or divide us, and that even vague hints of intimidation or retaliation towards residents who speak up, regardless of which party or individual sits at the helm, should never be acceptable. We are accessible for comments and questions if you prefer to communicate that way in an appropriate forum, not in a lecture style that we received earlier. Thank you.
Thank you. Good evening.
Is it possible to have this disseminated to the council before I speak? Thank you. Thank you. Do I begin now? Wait, okay, thank you. Good evening. My name is Crystal Mercado, and I've been a resident of Old Bridge for 12 years. I'm returning this month to continue to advocate for fair pricing among our township before and after care program options. I would like to start by thanking Councilwoman DeCaro, Councilman DePalma, our business administrator, and the Director of Parks and Recreation for taking the time to have phone calls with my husband and I, read the data we have brought forth, listen to our concern, see the large pricing issue currently in place, and acknowledge a need for change. Last month, I came to you all with the issue of our before care option being far more expensive than our neighboring towns. The average difference being Old Bridge currently charges about $140 more per month or $1,400 more per school year as compared to our neighboring towns. The township currently offers 3 child care program options: before care, after care, and before and after care combined. Since then, my husband and I have looked at the total hours of child care provided for all 3 of the program options for the school year, along with their total monthly cost, and have calculated all 3 of the current hourly rates the township is charging. If you look at the information I've provided, the township is charging their before care families almost double the hourly rate of the before and after care combined families. Before care families are being charged $9.44 per hour. Aftercare families are being charged $6.94 per hour, and before and after care combined program is $4.88 per hour. The follow-up conversations my husband and I have had with our township representatives made us aware that the severe price discrepancy and unfair cost to the before care families is being addressed and that change is on the horizon. We were informed that the total enrollment for September and October would be looked at, and a fair hourly rate with new monthly prices will be put into effect for next school year. The enrollment deadline for the month of October was yesterday, September 15th, the 20th being the late registration deadline. As of right this moment, the Township has their total enrollment for September and October for all 3 programs. I am advocating for the Township to come up with a fair price for their Before Care program and implement it for the start of the 2026 calendar year. This way, these families will get the financial relief and fair price they deserve this school year. There are currently 5 more Town Council meetings scheduled for the 2025 calendar year. This leaves ample time to present and pass an ordinance for the next calendar year. I want to end by stating that I love living in Old Bridge, but the reality is your young families who are choosing to move to Old Bridge are not millionaires. But the millionaires of Colts Neck are being charged $200 per month for Before Care. The millionaires of Marlborough are being charged $215. The millionaires of Lincroft are being charged $188. The millionaires of Westfield are being charged $200. And Old Bridge Township is currently choosing to overcharge their blue-collar families at $340 per month for Before Care. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Is there anyone else in the audience who wishes to be heard? Good evening.
Hi, I'm Jeff. I was here last council meeting on August 12th. You probably remember me.
Just state your name, please, sir.
Jeff
Jeff, last name?
Volvovsky. So I was here at the last council meeting on August 12th. I spoke. I asked questions. I received no answers, not even a comment. Okay, so I'm here tonight because the residents deserve more than 3 minutes of silence. The council meetings are important, but they're not designed for a real dialogue. We speak, you listen, and then nothing. No answers, no engagement, no accountability. So meanwhile, the township is running on high emotions. People are frustrated, confused, and feeling unheard. We don't need more formality, we need real answers. I have seen someone suggest a dedicated public Q&A sessions with the town officials, and I fully support that. So no formal agendas, no rush time, limits, just honest, transparent conversations. We need clarity on warehouse developments and land use decisions, pilot programs and how they impact school funding, surplus funds, raising taxes, and budget priorities. If residents are taking time out of the day to speak, then officials need to respond. Not with nods, not with silence, but the real engagement and accountability. This isn't just about policies, it's about priorities. We're showing up. Now it's time for our leaders to do the same, as you promised us during your elections.
Thank you. Okay, is there anyone else who wishes to be heard this evening?
Good evening. I'm looking forward to Old Bridge Day, aren't you guys? I am. But that said, I do want to ask a question. I've been asking this for, I don't know, 4 years or so. What's going on with the energy negotiations? Did you ever contract the guy who's going to give us a discounted energy for Old Bridge? Did you ever set up the schedule? 4 years. We voted on it 4 years ago. The town residents voted yes. We want to have you negotiate the same deal you have for this town, discounted clean energy, and you had 4 years now, 4 years to put it together. I'm just wondering where it's at.
Do you want to give an update, Anna?
I am not familiar with this. I was not in this role 4 years, but I will do my research.
Okay, great.
Find out.
So she will have answers for you.
Yes.
Yep.
Mark? He was one to last discuss this, by the way, and said, no disrespect.
We did contract with a.
What is the name of the firm?
Off the top of my head, I couldn't tell you. Right.
It's okay if you don't know, but you have a contract.
We do.
When is he going to start doing are they going to start doing the work so we can get the discount? There are people in this town paying
my understanding is there's a process that they're following through, so I'll follow up with them to see where they are.
Okay, so we're going to expect maybe by the next council meeting you'll have a little update, please? I appreciate it. I appreciate it. One more thing. Its first year, Haven in the Woods has been in business as a wildlife rehabber, nonprofit, and we're not nonprofit yet, but we always look forward to seeing all you guys coming and helping us. If you ever want to come and help, stop by our table. We'll be at Old Bridge Day, and we look forward to seeing all of you guys. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay. Is there anyone else in the public who wishes to be heard this evening? Good evening.
Good evening. My name is Catherine Whitley, and the statement that I wanted to make earlier this evening, and I had prepared, was one of unity and one of moving towards a message of unity in this town. People are not happy, whether it's either side, right? People are not happy. However, Councilwoman Belli started the meeting asking for unity and then personally attacked our group for having a peaceful protest and assembly that was really lovely. If you had shown up, you would know. So I ask you, would you make up your mind? Do you want unity or not? If you do, I invite you, please, let's have coffee. Let's get to know each other. I think we're very nice people. We're not afraid to talk to you, get to know you, and for you to get to know what we're looking for in this town. And I think our message is bigger. This town is made by a majority of independents, not Democrats or Republicans. That's who's going to vote, I hope. Thank you.
Anyone else in the public wish to be heard this evening? It's the public portion. We'll have council comments.
Good evening. My name is.
Excuse me, sir. Not the time for you to be speaking out loud. The way meetings are conducted under New Jersey law.
You have to let everybody speak. Thanks, sir.
My name is Tim DeLong. I usually watch these online, but after that dust up earlier, I kind of had to come in and express my disappointment. You started with a message of unity, and then there was a moment of silence for Charlie Kirk. So I'd like to read some quotes from Charlie Kirk. Regarding black people, if I see a black pilot, I'm going to be like, boy, I hope he's qualified. Regarding empathy, I can't stand the word empathy. Actually, I think empathy is a made-up, new age term that does a lot of damage. Civil rights. We made a huge mistake when we passed the Civil Rights Act in the mid-1960s. So, if that's the kind of rhetoric you support, what kind of unity do you expect? Thank you.
Is there anyone else in the audience who wishes to be heard?
Hi, Carmela Spinelli. I have two things to say. One about the Charlie Kirk thing. He did say that, but that was a very short part of what he was commenting on. So what I'm trying to say is people take parts of what other people say and they cut the balance of it off and they polarize our country. As far as the demonstration, I am all for people expressing their rights of speech. However, if I don't feel if it is a political event, doesn't matter whether you're right, whether you're left, whether you're in the middle, or whether it's an independent organization, if you are having a political statement at a political event, I, as a taxpayer, do not feel that I should have to pay for it. Now, no one here said they weren't against free speech. No one said that you weren't entitled to police protection. Of course they're going to protect you. That is not the issue. The issue is if it becomes a political event, it's not the message. I am not attacking the message. I am not attacking the messenger. The organizations, whichever organizations it is, should be responsible for that cost. And that's what they raise funds for. Financial campaign funds pay for rallies, they pay for events, they pay for propaganda and everything else that goes with it. So I think, again, we take small parts of a comment and we tweak that to our own personal views. And I think that really needs to stop. There's a lot of talk on all the different residence pages about how Old Bridge went to shit and about Old Bridge is bad and how bad the country is. Well, to be honest, if you don't feel Old Bridge is for you, leave. Or leave the country. I mean, if you think Old Bridge is so bad, why would you stay here and live? You should stay here and try to make it better and not attack other people. That's it. Thank you.
Good evening.
I was totally offended when you spoke here and told us to pray for Mr. Charlie Clark. You need to do your history and your research on the man before you come in here and offend me as a black man. That was offensive. And don't we pay taxes for police protection? So if we having a protest on the corner, we pay our taxes for these police to protect us. If we're not doing anything, protect us. Stay there. So you are out of order. That's my comment. Thank you.
Good evening.
Good evening, everyone. How are you? I want to use most of my time tonight not to speak, but to honor someone.
Krista, just put your name on the record, please.
I absolutely will. My name is Krista Fisher. I want to use my time tonight not to speak, but to honor someone whose life was taken in a senseless act of violence this summer. In June, Representative Melissa Hortman, along with her husband and their dog, were shot and killed in their own home. This was not only a tragedy for her family, but also for everyone who believes in service, community, and the right to feel safe from political violence. There is no place for political violence on either side. With that said, I'd like to dedicate the rest of my time with a moment of silence for Melissa Hortman and her family. Thank you.
Good evening. My name is Elaine Jones. Elaine Jones. And I would just like to read a little statement I wrote when I was working online, and we learned about Kirk Kilpatrick. Is that I say his name? Kirkpatrick. Yes, sorry. This is a conversation we had. This is a conversation, and this is my comment. We live in a time when hate is openly spewed from the heads of our country down, including on social media, in houses of worship, and in our homes. We devalue and pit one against another based on race, religion, finance, status, and location, as if one person is more valuable than another. We advocate for more guns, then act surprised when such heinous crimes take place, including the several hundred mass shootings which have occurred as so far this year. We remove all social safety nets, allow corporations and Wall Street to hijack every aspect of our financial lives while people struggle to make ends meet and wonder why there are so many homeless people and mentally ill. We are morally bankrupt. We should only expect more of the same unless we make a concerted effort to acknowledge that we are all of the human race and we all bleed the same blood, no matter your race, religion, location, or financial status. We are all affected by hate, whether we want to believe it or not. I hope that we can all understand that we're affected by this, and I hope we look for better days ahead.
Is there anyone else in the public who wishes to be heard this evening? Okay, then seeing no hands, I will close the public portion. Make a motion.
Motion by Councilman Asatuli, second by Councilman Garcia. All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Hearing none, we'll close the public comment portion of the meeting.
Okay, before we go to comments for council comments, Anna had asked me to speak. So I'm going to let the business administrator speak before we make our comments.
Just really quickly, I wanted to just, I meant to add this in my admin report, and I didn't get a chance to. We had Anita from South Oldbridge, who is the president of South Oldbridge, come up and speak, and I see we have Sean Brown from Cheese Quick Fire Company and another gentleman from South Oldbridge. I'm sorry, I don't know your name. Harry. So I did want to give a very brief update on us working with the fire companies over the last several weeks since our last council meeting. I have been doing research, as well as we met with the fire commissioners from all 4 districts earlier this month. And as Anita mentioned, last night we met with the fire chiefs or their designee and the company presidents. It was the last 2 meetings we had were very eye-opening. It's really brought attention to us of the issues of recruitment and retention that they're having. Anita hit it on the head with those statistics. It's difficult from the township to be able to do a lot financially to assist our volunteers. We do have the fire tax that goes to the commissioners, who then distributes to their districts and helps with, some recruitment, retention, education classes, things like that. From the township side, we don't want to add another tax burden on our residents, but we want to try to do certain things, even if it might seem very insignificant for our firefighters and our volunteer first responders. So to that end, we were going to be looking to introduce an amendment to the benefits ordinance at the October 14th meeting, and some of the things that we were working on based on feedback that we received from the volunteers themselves, as well as the fire chiefs and the presidents and the commissioners, some amendments to the current ordinance, some things that didn't make sense, so we're going to clean up the language, but also we're going to up some of the benefits that they currently receive. Again, may not seem like much, but it will assist some of them, so we hope to be doing that. We are also partnering up with the golf course, and we're going to be introducing a discounted rate for volunteer first responders at our golf course. Again, not a big thing. I understand it's not the financial help that we're looking, but I'm hoping that it will attract that younger volunteer. You know, if they can go hit a few, rounds of golf at a cheaper rate, maybe that will incentivize them. But to that end, it doesn't mean that whatever we introduce on October 14th is the end to this. The state legislation has several bills going before them at the end of September where they go back in session to look for property tax credits for volunteer first responders. There's also tax income deductions that they're looking to introduce. I will be working with Assemblyman Suiki and Senator Henry, hopefully once it gets to the Senate, to try to get these passed. I've done some advocacy work in my previous role down in DC, so I'm not afraid to go down to Trenton if I need to. And I will be working with the fire companies to bring them along if we are able to represent. So hopefully we can get those things done. I've also been working with the business administrator in Middletown who over the past year and a half has been revamping their volunteer incentive programs. They did it in very creative ways. They've worked very closely with their fire departments, which is kind of different than ours in that it's one fire department, not broken up into districts. So there's little things there that change the nuances of how we have to do things. But I've been working with him, had a lengthy call with him today on his program. He's going to be sharing some information with me on that. And maybe these are things that we can add in the future as well. So this is, want to make sure that we know that our fire companies have been heard. I appreciate Mr. Brown coming again, and attending our meetings and really bringing this to our attention and all the feedback that we received over the last several weeks from the fire companies and their willingness to work with us. So we'll start on October 14th with some of these changes. And like I said, the couple things, the parking permits, some updates on the building permits, that we have on there, as well as some additional recreation benefits. So we're going to look to amend those things while I continue to work towards the other more financially, the financial incentives that were proposed originally. So I just want to make sure that we all are aware of that. So thank you.
Okay, and I then, in turn, would like to thank Anna for all her hard work. She has done so much research, really trying to address this, and help out as best she can. And all of us really appreciate all the work that you've done. You took it very seriously, as you do everything, and you made sure that you looked into it very, very well vetted out. So we're going to continue, as she said, to look, but we are definitely, we feel on the right track of making things better for the volunteers. Absolutely. Thank you, Anna. Okay, next will be council member comments.
Councilman Asatuli.
Yes. Good evening, council members, my fellow Old Bridge neighbors. I'm just an everyday American like you, standing here with a heart. It's so heavy today that it really hurts. I was there on September 11, 2001. I watched the towers fall, feeling our country break. And now, we've lost Charlie Kirk, gunned down in public for speaking his mind. And those beautiful children, those little angels, lives were taken while praying, and their voices were silenced forever. It's too much. For those of us who love this country, who believe in free speech, who work hard and pay bills and pray for better days, this pain cuts really deep. Watching it unfold live on our screens, it's like losing a piece of America's soul. But I remember September 12th, 2001. We everyday folks, truck drivers, teachers, moms, dads, we all stood together We hung flags on our porches. We hugged strangers. We cried as one. That's who we are. Not the hate screaming online, not the politicians pitting us against each other for votes. They want us divided because division sells. Those algorithms feed on our anger, making it go viral. But here in Old Bridge, we're not buying it. We're the ones coaching Little League, packing lunches, shoveling our neighbor's driveway. We have more in common than you can possibly imagine. Our kids, our dreams, and our love for this country. A wise man once said, ask not what your country can do for you. Ask what you can do for your country. For us regular folks, that starts right here in Old Bridge, where we know each other's names, where we show up. Let's hold tight that September 12th spirit. Teach our kids to love America, not just when it hurts, but every single day. Let's honor those lost by building a community where every voice matters, where we choose hope over hate. For Charlie, for those children, for us, the everyday Americans. This is our turning point. Thank you.
Councilwoman DeCaro.
Thank you, Kate. Boy, I have almost 4 pages of notes from tonight. I like to always address the public comments, and I have a lot of notes. So I'll get started. First, Ruth, with your petition, thank you very much. I appreciate your feedback. I think it's good if we try to publish the pilot agreements, the financial agreements. I don't know if we're able to do that, Mr. Roselli. If we can publish that for our residents to see, that would, I think, go a long way in letting the residents know that we do have specific agreements. I don't know if that would be okay, if that would be possible. So I'm hoping, I'm going to take a look at your petition, and I'm hoping that we can be a little bit more visible as an administration with the pilot agreements. They're very complicated, and as Mr. Roselli had explained earlier, they're very complicated, and it's a percentage of this, and it's on top of the land tax, et cetera, et cetera. But I think it is important for you guys as residents to really understand what it is, because that's really the most important thing. Is if we can communicate what's going on. It's very difficult when just a whole township, running a township between the planning board, the zoning board, it's very difficult, and there's a lot of mandates, there's a lot of land use laws, there's a lot of many things that the residents don't understand. But I think it's our job to let you guys know what this is, So I think that if we have the ability, even if we don't publish the exact financial agreement, because I don't know if we can. I don't know if it's I don't know. But let me just finish my thought. I'm sorry. But even if we can summarize each agreement, that would be helpful. Okay, Mark.
Sorry. So actually, before they're adopted, they are published. So back up, it was on the agenda because it's an ordinance. There's a public hearing. So that's why it becomes public once it's been introduced. So this particular agreement was included on the agenda items. So for people to review.
So, okay, so where would the residents be able to find the other pilot agreements? Because I know I've looked up for them, and they're not that easy to find the other ordinances that are on. I know I've asked you for them in the past, and you sent them to me.
Right, because
it's
agreements are public documents, they can, they can always file Oprah requests. You know, to the extent that the town wants to publish them because they're approved and they're public documents, they can.
Okay, that's what I'm asking.
To think about, but certainly someone could file an Oprah request and get copies of the agreements.
Okay, so the answer would be either one of two things: to file an Oprah request, or we as a township could possibly make it a little bit more visible on our website.
Sure.
Okay.
So again, it's not time for you to speak out. Excuse me. No. It's not time for you to speak out, sir. So, excuse me, sir. It is not time for you to speak out.
Okay. I'm going to get to you. I'm going to get to you. You're in there. You're in there. But again, thank you, Ruth. And I look forward to trying to make our pilot agreements and our, the financial agreements more visible to the public. And one of the other things with the pilot agreement, and I know that this is a very, very unpopular opinion, and everyone that's sitting on my right is their mind's going to be blown when I say it, but I'm going to say it anyway. I think, and I know that it's possible, that in our financial agreements, and that's kind of why I was asking what the money would go for. You know, that's kind of where I was trying to go somewhere with that. And where I was going with that is that it's been talked about all the time. One of our Dr. Sam mentioned our school taxes. It's been talked about, and our school tax. Yes, we have a Board of Ed taxes and we have our municipal taxes, and they are two separate entities, and I understand that. But you're one resident, you're one taxpayer that pays all of that. So what I would like to know as a township, and when I say township, I don't mean township administration, I mean just as us all together. If we can figure out how to use some of that money coming in that is a financial agreement to help the school system that we know is being hurt over the last several years due to, you think that's funny, okay? Glad. If we can just somehow, I spoke to the mayor of South Amboy, okay? And they didn't find it funny. They thought it was a really great idea that they took some of their money from their pilot program and they bought Chromebooks for all of the students in their district. And they paid for school security. Now, I understand that their school district is much smaller, but we don't have to do that. We can do something. And that is what I'm saying, because we are all one town. We should not be so divided. You know, a lot of people tonight talked about unity, and a lot of people talked about, how we're, division and unity and things like that. I'm talking about bringing people together, okay, and how we can help each other in any form of shared services. We have already shared services with our Board of Education, but I think we can do more, and I think we can do better as a township. And that's all I'm going to say about that. For our fire department, Anita that got up to speak, Anna, I think, cleared all of that up, and I look forward to hearing more about that. And, I know you guys just met yesterday, and I do look forward, because obviously you guys deserve, as volunteers, you deserve everything you get, especially going into, doing the job that you do. Firefighters, you guys put your lives at risk every time, and you deserve anything that we can give you. So I'm glad that you guys met with Anna, and we'll see what comes of that, okay? Next up, Dr. Sam. So yeah, New Jersey property taxes are high. I know that. I get it, which is why we have the Anchor program, we have Stay New Jersey, and we have Senior Freeze. Stay New Jersey is for anyone over, I believe it's 65. Anchor program, anybody can apply for. Stay New Jersey, you can make up to $500,000 and still apply for a rebate. And you can get up to $6,500 back on your taxes. So I think that we should all think about, you know, ways that the state has to help us as New Jersey residents. To, you know, yes, our taxes are high. Nobody's arguing with that. But so all right, wait. Oh, hold on. I'm getting there. I didn't even get to you yet, Jeff. Hold on a minute. Hold on, I'm getting there. I'm going down my list. So, but I totally understand. We're high. I mean, but we're not. This is what we are. We've always been high, but yes, and yes, we do need police. I'm an advocate for the police. I don't believe that we should cut. We can have a conversation about this afterwards. Sam, we can have a conversation about this afterwards. I promise you. I'll hang around. But let me just speak, because I want to just make sure. It's really important for me to address what everybody is saying. So I promise I can have a conversation with you after this. But we do need to have police here in this town. I am an advocate for the police department. I am all about hiring more police officers. You know, they work very, very hard, and they put their lives on the line every day. And as far as the school budget goes, you're going to have to go to a school board meeting, and you can actually, if you would like to email the school board business administrator, he can answer all of your questions about the school budget if you have it. This here is not, they really don't have control over that budget, which is very true. They're probably, you know, I would like to help them, which is what I was saying before, but we don't make that budget. I can explain it to you again afterwards, but it's really best for you, Sam, to call or email the school district business administrator, okay? And I could give you his contact information after that, after the meeting again. Richard, is he still here? I think he might have left. No? Okay. Do we have any answer on why a home was demolished? Do we have any knowledge? There was a home that was demolished. Do we know anything about this? No. Okay. Well, I think we need to look into it. Yeah. Okay. Awesome. So we're going to look into that. And all right, I'm just going down my list. Leanne, I'm sorry that you had to come here today. I'm sorry that that there is some negativity about people that want to exercise the First Amendment right. I know that you, because I know you, we've met and we've spoken, and I know that you are just a resident and you organized this and you put this together. This was no organization. And I'm sorry that you had to come out here tonight to stand up for yourself as a resident against a council member. And I apologize to you on behalf of the council. Well, on behalf of myself, I should say. Crystal, where are you? There you are. Great job advocating for the before-after care. I know there's been a lot of back and forth, and I really do believe that Matt and Anna are really going to work very hard to, make the prices more fair and equitable. I think, I think knowing what they know now and seeing the numbers, right, Matt, it's a no-brainer. I think, just to make sure that they look at everything and make sure that it all works out financially on behalf of Old Bridge, right? So there's that. Jeff, hi, how are you? Yes, Township is running on high emotions. And you know what, Jeff? As Mr. Roselli said, this is not, unfortunately, it's just the way that meetings are set up. It's not a Q&A, okay? It's not a Q&A, but, and I don't have, I can actually set up a Q&A myself, you know, no problem if you want to come, but I can't control what the other council members do. If we want to as a, well, we can't really, because then it would, sunshine laws come into effect, and then it would have to be announced, and it's a whole big thing, you know. But I would have no problem if we were to announce something like that in a more informal session. I don't have a problem with that. But again, we have to always consider, because when you have a quorum, it becomes an official meeting, and then it has to be announced and all of that kind of stuff. But I have no problem with that. And again, I can speak to you after the meeting. Nina, discounted energy. I know you've come where are you? You've come to many meetings and asked about the discounted energy bill for the past several years. I'm glad that Anna is going to look into it, and we'll follow up next month. And the next few people, Catherine and Tim and Bruce, Krista, you guys all came out, you know, asking for unity. Bruce, Krista, Elaine, I'm just want to make sure I don't miss anybody. You all got up and spoke about unity and about, you know, trying to get this town together. And I just really hope that, I mean, I know I heard you guys, and I really hope that others heard you, because we are one town, and we should not be pitting one person against the other. And Carmela, you know, quotes are quotes. They are what they are. And, you know, you mentioned that, you know, it was an organization, and it wasn't. It wasn't an organization. It was a small group of people that just got out there and exercised their right. And I don't know what else to say about that. That was what it was. It wasn't an organization. It wasn't my organization. So I think people need to, again, understand and know what's going on. And I think I am done. I had other things to say, but I'm going to leave them for another time. And I'm going to end my time. Thank you. See you at Old Bridge Day.
Councilman De Palma.
Thank you, Kate. So just to digress, Mr. Volvosky, I actually left you a message today, and I do apologize for not getting back to you earlier. The last couple of weeks have been a little bit hectic personally, but we'll set up time that you and I could sit down. I've sat down with probably close to a dozen residents already, explaining similar questions to what you have, so I'll be more than happy to sit down and we can go through whatever question you have. And if I don't have that answer, I'll get it back to you as soon as I can. Okay. I think I'm going to stay away from some of the things that happened today and just kind of let's focus on a couple of things that we saw today. So for one, congratulations again to the Saywood South 13 and other state championships. As Mayor Walker said, our Council Vice President Greenberg and myself were there in attendance, along with a bunch of folks. It was an absolute thrilling game. Those kids fought back to the bitter end. And I know it's special for Brian, who's the head coach. His son pitched a complete game. It really was a testament to all the hard work that those kids have put in. And it was nice seeing them win on our fields. So it's congratulations again to them. I wanted to thank the 5 new officers for dedicating their career to our residents and their safety. You know, being a police officer is not easy. It's not easy on the family. I know my father was NYPD, so I understand the sacrifices those gentlemen and those gentlemen's families have to make. So I just wanted to thank them for putting their trust not only in our department, but also within us to make sure that we take care of them. Couple of things, Old Bridge Day, I think we set that precedence. It's this Saturday from 12 to 5. And also, for folks to know, this is the first home game of the year for Old Bridge football. So Friday night, 6 p.m., it's not only the first home game, it's youth night, and it is also senior night. So anyone who has some time, come on down to Lombardi Field. Let's celebrate those seniors. You know, some of them, this is the last time this season they will be playing and strapping on those helmets, putting on those shoulder pads. So could be emotional for some of them, but let's get out there and let's support those athletes. And then finally, you know, I usually have a comment about 9/11, as it is kind of personal to me with some of the things that have happened in the past with folks that I know. My brother being down in the World Trade Center. All I'm going to do is keep it as that. Just never forget. Right? The 9/11 ceremony is an important thing. It's an important thing. You know, 24 years, next year coming up on the 25th. I'll just leave this. All I know is my 8th grade daughter came home with an assignment that she was to speak with someone who is old enough to remember the event. I've never felt so old in my entire life. So I had her call my older brother, who was there that day, to give his account of it. But it is something. It's, you know, we all look at the days are long, weeks are long, years are very short. Just never forget those folks that passed away on that day. Thank you.
Councilman Desai.
Good evening. I think we talk much today about one shooting of Charlie Kirk. My question, every time if somebody shoots somebody, we talk about it. But in turn, we did not take any action to control the guns because people are not killing. They have intention to kill, but the gun kills. So we have to do something and bring this resolution at the federal level to stop selling gun or at least those automatic rifles. I remember when I came to this country almost 50 years ago, I saw on a coin of USA, E pluribus unum, which is a Latin word, and when you can say in English, out of many, one. So instead of dividing in racial divide, we should all be a one. And that was our forefather 200 plus years ago. Put that particular word, Latin word, E pluribus unum. So with that, I just do not want to go much in that discussion, but I want to welcome those new officers, police officers we had sworn in today. I think this town is growing day by day. When I came here in 81, there was nothing south of Punston Road or even east of Cottrell Road, almost nothing, only few developments there. Now you see all those farm, all those apple orchard is gone. So I think we have to unite and work for the betterment of the township and the people of the township. So police is most important. And it's for many reasons. So I welcome those 5 officers today. Old Bridge Police Department has a very good record. I know all those previous police chiefs from 1980, and I think they have dedicated their life and all police officers. So I at least congratulate Mayor to hire more police officers. I do not know, do we meet the federal quota per population? That may be another question. But I think we are moving in that direction. If we did not meet the quota, we are moving in that direction. So with that, I thank all of Woodbridge residents, and today was a very live participation. Some issue were controversial, but when there is gathering with a different kind of thinking and minds, there will be, but from this, what I call, to make a butter in old time in my home country, India, you have to churn the yogurt, and after that, you get the butter. So all ideas, when we put together and think about it, and something will definitely come out of this. So I congratulate and welcome all those participants who participated in today's debate. And I request all you, please come, and if we do something wrong, bring it out so we have a chance to change ourselves and bring the right thing for the township. Thank you, everybody. Have a nice night. Enjoy the weekend. Holidays are coming, but the price is still not going down. That's the worst thing. But I think there will be always next day. After dark, you always have a brightness. So we are moving hopefully in the right direction. Right now we are in a bad timing. Thank you. Have a nice day. Nice evening.
Councilman Garcia.
Yes, thank you. For one, as a retired cop, guns don't kill, people kill. I don't care what anybody says. Guns do not kill, people kill. But besides all that, a lot of talk tonight about division. Unity, we need, and I agree 1,000%. We are so divided, not only in Albridge, the whole country is divided. We need to get back. We're all in this rat race together. We're all one, like the woman said in the back. We all bleed the same. Why can't we all just get along? I don't go on Facebook much. I hear about Facebook and the comments. There's some people in this room tonight, I'm not going to mention their names, but they're nasty with their comments. They preach unity, but they're nasty with their comments. Why don't we start with the people in this room who make those comments on Facebook? I don't go on there because it's a waste of my time. But I go on every so often to see what's going on in Woodbridge if I don't know about it. And I see the faces, I see the comments, but these are the same people preaching unity. Social media is horrible. It's good, it's got a good reason behind it, but people abuse it. If you're going to preach unity, preach it, just be good. Don't come here and say this and this and this and this and preach the opposite. You're hypocrites, that's all you are. I'm not saying everybody here, don't get me wrong. There's a handful of people here. We know who they are. They're always on Facebook. They're always bad-mouthing us. We do the best we can here as a council. I can guarantee we do the best we can. Some are Republicans, some are Democrats. I don't care who anybody is. I don't ask anybody what party you are. We help everybody. I don't get into that politics. So I wish everybody would just stop the nonsense. Let's be unified. Everybody preaches it. Let's do it. Why don't we just start it today and be done with it? So I thank you guys. And also, let's get some positive. Let's thank those kids for winning 2 years in a row at baseball. That's great. That's a good thing, This is what we should be talking about, the positive stuff in Albridge, not this negativity nonsense. Like I said, we're all in this race together. We're all one. We all bleed the same. Why don't we just figure it out? It's going to work out, regardless. And also, let's keep make sure those 5 new officers, we have to keep them safe. It's you know, I was a cop, I retired 11 years ago. 11 years ago was a different job. Today, it's a hard job. There's just no respect for cops today whatsoever. I wouldn't want to be a cop today. So let's keep them safe. Thank you, guys, and have a good night. I'll see you Saturday. Thank you.
Council Vice President, Dr. Greenberg Belli.
Yes. So there's a lot of talk about the taxes and the school board and the municipal all the time. And we're always asked on the municipal side to do more for the school. We work with the school on many facets throughout the town. But you have to understand, we get 16 cents out of every dollar, and the school gets 60 cents. So when they say we should pay more, I ask, what should we cut? We can't cut the police, we can't cut the Department of Public Works. What would you like us to cut? So you have to look at that. Also, when you're collecting taxes from every household in this town. They may not have kids at all. They may have sent their kids to parochial school. They also may send their kids to private school, but they're still paying school tax here. They may never had seniors, veterans, etc. They're still paying school taxes. So how is that fair? And when you're using the same argument that you should get more money from us, but you're collecting more money in town from people who aren't even using the facility. Then on top of it, the amount of students has decreased significantly. We are down to about 8,021 students in the town now. God bless you. So the bottom line is, when student enrollment's gone down, but the taxes have gone up, it's a problem. What are they doing with the money? But the real problem is from the state. The state formula for school funding is wrong. First of all, as you know, Governor Murphy took more state aid from for this township. They're sending more out of town, your tax dollars, okay? So now how are we supposed to make up for it? There was no plan, there's no contingency, there was no warning he was going to do it. And he was doing it year after year after year. But I ask you, what is the state doing with the money? What are they doing with all the money? I've said before, what are they doing with the money from the lottery? What are they doing from now gambling online? That's ruining people's life. What are they doing with that money? So when you don't have a proper school formula, when you have a governor who's continuing to take away state aid, when you're also, they're taking in money and there's no accountability, what they're doing with this money, it's unacceptable. So yes, the brunt is on us, and we get yelled at as a municipality because we collect the taxes, but there wasn't good management at the school either. There's not good management year after year after year after year when the student population has declined. What has changed? Where have they consolidated things? Where they have proved? Listen, I love the teachers. They do a good job. They get the brunt of this all the time, but there has to be a way to make this work for everyone in town. You're always talking about everyone in town. That includes the seniors, that includes people who never had children, and there's people who are paying taxes, don't have people in the school system, or have paid the taxes and are sending their kids to parochial school. So that is where the problem, and there's no accountability at the state. Then there was a lot of talk tonight about the warehouses. There is only one person on this dais that voted to sell school property that was the kickoff that triggered these warehouses. And that, okay.
Don't lie about it. Don't lie.
Did you not vote? Anyone could refer to the Board of Ed meeting on 6/29/21. Ms. Caro voted to sell the Nike base. She gave a positive to that, to sell the Nike base that is used, that triggered an area.
It didn't
for a
trigger
warehouse.
anything.
Yes,
The
it
warehouses were being done anyway. She is accusing me of something.
Mr. Carroll, we sat here. Stop it.
I'm not accusing
We sat here for
anybody.
20
I asked
minutes.
anyone to go look.
Ms. Sohar.
I am not
Ms.
accusing
Sohar,
anyone. Please
let's
go
not
and
go
look at the
personally,
Board of
no
Ed meeting
personal
for
attack.
yourself.
No, but Mr. Desai, you can't have it both ways. You can't.
So personal
So
attack
the
is
bottom
no
line
good.
is,
We have to work
listen,
together.
So the bottom line is, this is okay, they can interrupt me. All I can say for yourself, you could do the research yourself, look at that Board of Ed meeting when Mr. Caro did vote to sell the wares. So the bottom line is, I agree with you. Yep, I was interrupted time and time again. So the problem is, that is where the problem, they say, the vote against the further development with the warehouses. But look it up for yourself, you'll see what happened there. Then as far as the police is to protect us all. A rally is a rally, but when people get up and make political statements, that's when it becomes political. And that's what happened. It wasn't a rally for a cause. Political statements were done, and I actually have a video of it. If anyone wants to contact me, I can get it for you to show that it was talking about the individual running again, their opponent, this and that. So it's not the rally. Everyone deserves police protection. And I'm very proud of this police department here, that they strive to protect this whole town, 42 square miles, in spite of the fact, being a policeman now, when you do your job, you send prisoners to the county and they let them go. So that doesn't work for the town either. Thank you very much, and have a good fall. So they leave? That's where we got a quorum.
Are you finished, Council President?
Yes, and I did want to add one more thing, that in case people don't know. Do you know, since the Regency went in, that is where Target is and the ShopRite and the new restaurants over there? Do you know how much the school got through taxation for that? Imagine, in 1 year, $193. So you tell me, what are they doing with the money? So the state needs to be audited, and I think we need an audit for the Board of Ed, what they're doing with the money, instead of coming to the town crying that they want more money from the town when we get 16 cents to do everything that goes on in this town compared to the 60 cents when enrollment's going down. So facts are facts, and I appreciate the input that you give us. And anytime you have questions, they can be emailed. I will meet with anyone at any time. And as far as our business administrator, she's always available to talk. I don't know how she fits in everything that she does all the time, and I don't want to give her more work, but sometimes that happens, to merely make people understand what is going on. It's really good to scream out sound bites, but that's not how you be productive and move ahead. Thank you.
Council President Sohar.
Yes, tonight was a very, tumultuous evening, as we could see. I just feel that sometimes, again, the listening is not there. If one person speaks, we have to pay each person the respect to speak. Sometimes you're not going to like what's said. But I can't, again, as the president, I can't not allow people to speak. That's not the way it should be conducted. I do think Jeff, was it Jeff? Yeah, Darren said he talked to you. He said he called you, he spoke with you. You had a long conversation. Yeah. So I think council people are trying to address you. But I do think the council people have tried to address you. Well, he told me he met with you. So now Mr. De Palma said he was going to meet with you. So I'm thinking that at least, there is some movement there. We're trying to explain to you or answer your questions. Okay? So again, congratulations to the new police officers, and hopefully they'll have a long, career here in Old Bridge. And of course, all the good things that happened this week. Sometimes we have to try to, dwell on them as well, because this is very difficult, and we'll get through it, but everybody's got to just try to, respect each other. It's not easy sometimes when you're angry, but we have to do it. We have to respect each other. It's very important. Thank you. Have a good evening. and we're going to go into executive session.
Madam President, if I could, and I don't want to belong this time period, but just because the whole idea of financial agreements were brought up, look, I want to make clear, there's nothing nefarious about the financial agreements, and there's nothing being hidden. Most of it, if not 99% of it, it's pursuant to state law. It's in the statute. What gets approved in the financial agreement, you go back to the long-term tax exemption law, it has exactly what's supposed to be in an agreement. And so there's nothing new under the sun. It's permitted by state law. And again, these are public documents, so if people want a copy of it, they can get it, do an Oprah request. But there's nothing underhanded or thing being done under, the cloak of darkness. That's just baloney. It just is. And the whole idea, again, where the money is going. Any money received by this township, it's discussed in budget hearings year after year after year, how they're expended. It's being discussed. But financial agreements are nothing new. It's been around for a long time. A lot of municipalities utilize it. And again, it's a positive. It's not a negative. And when you try to take something that's a positive, because municipalities don't have too many tools, and the state comes down and hammers towns. They have unfunded mandates. Year after year, they just do it. You got to come up with ways to generate resources, or otherwise, you're talking about high taxes. I mean, it's going to be worse. And this is one of the few tools that municipalities have left in order to generate revenue. Again, to bring property back that will not be developed otherwise. And so there'd be no tax revenue for anybody. And so, again, I just get so frustrated when I hear this, and I apologize if I'm speaking out of turn, but I know how it works, and it's a positive for a municipality to be able to utilize a tool that the state legislature created many, many years ago, and ultimately the taxpayers benefit. Thank you. Excuse me, sir. No, excuse me. Again, this is not, you have to understand how public meetings work in New Jersey. This is not New England where they have people come and you talk. No, there's a time for public comment, and it's public comment. It's not public question and answer, and it's not time for people to shout out. You have to comport yourself appropriately. Otherwise, you shouldn't be coming, or you'll be asked to be removed, because this is to conduct business of the township. That's what it's for. That's what public meetings are for.
A motion and a second to enter executive session for litigation matters, Knapp Brothers et al. Versus Township of Old Bridge and Township of Old Bridge Planning Board update and affordable housing update. Motion? Motion by Councilman Asatuli, second. Second by Councilman DePalma. Roll call, Councilman Asatuli.
Yes.
Councilwoman DeCaro has left. Councilman DePalma. Councilman Desai has left. Councilman Garcia?
Yes.
Council Vice President Dr. Greenberg Belli? Yes. And Council President Sohar? Yes. 5 yeses. We will be returning. Thank you.
That's fine. You can have it.
A motion to re-enter open session?
Second.
Moved by Council Vice President Dr. Greenberg Belli, second by Councilman DePalma. Roll call, Councilman Asatuli?
Yes.
Councilwoman DeCaro's gone. Councilman DePalma?
Yes.
Councilman Desai is gone. Councilman Garcia?
Yes.
Council Vice President Dr. Greenberg Belli?
Yes.
Council President Sohar? Okay, now we need a motion and a second to approve a resolution approving settlement of litigation by and between Knapp Brothers Properties Van LLC, Knapp Brothers Properties RVN LLC, and Knapp Cousins LLC and the Township of Old Bridge, and approving amended settlement agreement of litigation. Can I have a motion? Motion by Councilman Asatuli, second by Councilman Garcia. Roll call, Councilman Asatuli?
Yes.
Councilman DePalma?
Yes.
Councilman Garcia?
Yes.
Council Vice President Dr. Greenberg Belli?
Yes.
Council President Sohar?
Yes.
5 yeses, motion carries. Now we need a motion to adjourn.
Motion to close.
Move it.
Moved by Councilman DePalma, second by Councilman Asatuli. All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? We're adjourned.
Okay.